Before we get into today's story, make sure to hit that like button on this video so we can keep bringing you more. Subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below to share your thoughts or your own experiences. Your support is what keeps these stories coming.
When I was 15, my dad and I were driving my sister from San Diego to Austin, Texas. She had spent a year in Guam and could not afford to ship her car to Texas. We loaded her car with the things she would need and started the long drive. After a few hours, we stopped in El Centro to get gas and use the bathroom. I volunteered to pump the gas while my dad and sister went inside. A man about 5'10" was at the pump next to ours. When I went to throw away some trash, he gave me a look full of malice. I felt intimidated and uneasy. My dad came out of the store and got into the car without noticing the man glaring at me. I tried to ignore him while pumping gas. Suddenly, I saw him reach into his pocket and pull out a knife. He whispered harshly for me to get into his car or he would stab me. I reacted instinctively and shoved him as hard as I could. He lost his balance, knocked over the gas hose, and ended up covered in gasoline as he fell backward. I quickly finished pumping our gas and yelled at my sister to get in the car. My dad started the engine and we drove off. The man jumped into a white Chevy and began following us. I saw another person in the passenger seat who rolled down the window and pointed a handgun at us, shouting for us to pull over. My dad accelerated to nearly 100 miles per hour. The Chevy stayed alongside us until it sideswiped our car. The impact caused them to lose control and crash into the back of a semi traveling at high speed. We exited the highway and went to a nearby police station. After reporting the incident, the police told us they had located the abandoned Chevy. Both men had fled on foot before the truck driver could respond. The officers explained that the man with the knife was a known serial offender who had lured children into his car across the Southwest and taken them to Mexico. After a few days, we continued our drive to Texas, and the rest of the trip was uneventful.
A few days ago, something happened that made me feel sick. We had moved to an East Coast town about a year ago to be closer to family. My aunt, her wife, and my cousins lived about a 10-minute walk from my house. Despite being close to the city, our area was quiet and almost rural. I was walking my two dachshunds home from my aunt's house. My mom hates it when I spend most of the day alone, so I often visit her. It was cold but peaceful. Once home, I fed my dogs and birds and FaceTimed a friend while doing some chores. I was laughing and loud while taking out the trash to the cans on the side of the house. When I got back to my room and lay down, my parrot started making a noise I recognized instantly. She had been in my family for 76 years, and I knew that sound meant alarm. I brushed it off at first, thinking she saw her reflection. I got up for water with my back to the sliding glass door. Suddenly, my friend panicked over the call. He told me to go to my room immediately. I looked at my phone camera and froze. A middle-aged man in a gray pullover was pressed up against the door, grinning. My friend told me not to look and just go inside. Shaking, I locked myself and my dogs in the closet. My parrot screamed. My friend said he would be there in 10 minutes and called the police. I considered running to get my mom's gun. Then slow, deliberate tapping started at my window. My dogs barked and I felt trapped. I texted my aunt, hoping she was about to leave for work. The tapping stopped for a moment, then returned. I closed my eyes and waited. Suddenly, a man's voice yelled outside. It was my neighbor. His pregnant wife had stepped onto their deck, seen the stranger, and called him. They entered my home for safety. My aunt arrived a few minutes later with a gun, and my friend arrived shortly after. The police came 10 minutes later. My parrot quickly returned to normal. Since that night, my friend has stayed over because I'm afraid to be alone. I am grateful to my neighbor, my aunt, and my friend for acting so quickly. It could have been far worse.
Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to give the video a like and leave a comment with your thoughts. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a terrifying tale. See you in the next one.